Hi, I'm Teja Gerken with Peghead Nation, and I'm here with a beautiful, brand new Thompson 0012 fret that's being custom made for a customer local here to me in Northern California, and he was kind enough to bring it in for me to check out and give a demo of. It's a beautiful guitar that is particularly cool because it has kind of a West Coast theme on the materials that they chose for this guitar. And that's a great example of the kind of custom work that you can work with a company like Thompson Guitars to really come up with an idea that sort of goes beyond what you might ordinarily think of as a 12-fret 00 guitar. So what we have here is a guitar that starts out as Thompson's 0012. It's got an added cutaway, and I think a 12-fret guitar with a cutaway is really a beautiful idea in a lot of ways, and it gives you the access that you would have with a 14-fret guitar, maybe even a little bit more than with a standard non-cutaway 14-fret, but you get sort of the benefits of the 12-fret guitar, which tends to move the bridge a little bit more into the active area of the top, and you get that rich response. And we were commenting earlier on the lovely sustain of the guitar, and 12-fret guitars often have that great sustain, and that is certainly something that we're seeing with this instrument. Really nice, one of the sort of tonal qualities that really jumps out at you playing this. But to talk about the woods on this guitar, what we have here is a redwood top and myrtle back and sides, and that's really kind of a unique combination, and I believe it's the first time that Thompson has actually combined these woods. And the idea behind this was that the owner of this guitar wanted to create a guitar that used West Coast woods, or sort of Northern California, Southern Oregon materials, and the redwood, of course, is a wood that grows in Northern California, which is where we are here at Peghead Nation and where the owner lives. And the back and sides are myrtle, and that is a wood that is associated with Oregon. Several guitar makers in Oregon have started to pioneer it, and quite a few makers have used it. It's also known as bay laurel, and it does grow down here in California as well. This most likely grew in Oregon, and it's a gorgeous set of myrtle. It might be the nicest set of myrtle that I've seen in a long time, and it really complements the coloring of the redwood top very nicely. The binding on the guitar is koa. Koa is also used for the rosette, and the fingerboard inlay is a design that I've seen on other Thompson guitars, where you have a sort of a wooden dot in the middle that's surrounded by pearl. In this case, that is also koa, and it's just really gorgeous. It's kind of a adaptation of traditional dots, but just made a little bit fancier, and really goes well with the overall design of the guitar. We have a solid peghead, which is another thing that is different from how a vintage 00 would be. A vintage 00 would most likely have a slotted peghead. Solid peghead, a lot easier to change strings, and it also creates a little bit more of a surface to do a beautiful inlay, as on this guitar, which is a hummingbird. It's an Allen's hummingbird, which is a California hummingbird that was the owner of this guitar's mother's favorite bird. And so this is another way of paying tribute to a family member as well as to the state of California on this instrument. It's executed with pearl and abalone and different kinds of wood, and it's really gorgeous inlay work done right in-house at Thompson Guitars. So that is what we have in the construction and sort of the overall design of the guitar, which I think is executed really beautifully. And of course, the craftsmanship is up to the level that I've become used to with Thompson Guitars. We've demoed quite a few of them here, and they're always really stunning in their craftsmanship. And this is no exception. When I first heard about this combination of myrtle and redwood, I wasn't quite sure where to place that tonally, because it is quite different from what you would think of with a vintage 00, which of course in the case of a vintage Martin or something, it would be either rosewood or mahogany with a spruce top. Combining woods like that, sometimes it's a little unpredictable what you can achieve with that. In this case, I think it's very successful. I would characterize the voice as being perhaps a little bit crisper than I would have expected. We've already mentioned this great sustain, great overtones on this guitar. And redwood is a little bit like cedar in that it tends to offer a really great response to a guitar, and is a fingerstyle guitar. Whether I play it super soft, or I dig in a bit more, gives me a big dynamic range that would really work well for many different playing styles. The owner of this guitar got this for playing fingerstyle, so there's no pickguard on this. And the neck and string spacing dimensions are also quite friendly for this. We have a 1 3/4 inch neck and a spacing of 2 5/16 at the saddle. So very comfortable dimensions all around. I guess the only other thing I didn't mention in terms of the construction is, of course, we have an ebony fingerboard and a beautiful pyramid bridge. And not everyone gets the look of a pyramid bridge right. And Thompson has really done a beautiful job with their pyramid bridges. And again, that is a bit more of the vintage vibe of this particular guitar. So that is the custom Thompson 00 12 fret. It's a great example of the kind of work that Thompson can do. And beyond that, it's a great example of a customer working with the company to execute some ideas, both in terms of the tonal expectations of the guitar, the look of the guitar, and also creating a theme, like in this case with the West Coast woods that are being used on the guitar. So very, very cool instrument is the result of that collaboration, and I'm happy to have had a chance to check it out here. And I think I'll go out and play it a little bit more. I mean, DADGAD tuning now, which is one of the tunings that the owner of this guitar is also hoping to use it for. And I hope you've enjoyed this demo, and if you did see this on YouTube, come on over to pegheadnation.com for not just our gear demos, but also our many courses for guitars and other stringed and fretted instruments. And we'd love to see you there at pegheadnation.com. Again, my name is Teja Gerken.